Hey you guys, it's me, your teacher. Today I wanted just to start talking a little bit about chapter 11. I wanted to do, like I said before, small YouTubes for you guys to go over some things and kind of like to get you a little bit motivated during these rough times or, you know, bad days, I could say that. Hopefully it'll all go away soon. So I wanted to talk about today chapter 11, which is bad news messages. And I know we've been getting a lot of bad news messages. So I just wanted to go over some tips and thoughts of, how can we deliver it? How can we impact it in a better way? I know bad news is bad news, but how can we effectively deliver it? So, just to kind of maintaining when we're delivering bad news is always trying to be honest. So we know that during these days we're getting a lot of bad news. And I think the main thing is when we're sharing it, just making sure it's honest. I know today we're getting a lot of news through social media. Don't believe everything you hear. Make sure you're getting it from a really good resource because at the end of the day, we are not sure if they're honest or not. So it's really, and this is the thing with all what's going on, of making sure we're getting this news from a credible spot. Um, Another thing I also want to talk about is, it also, when we get bad news, it can relate to mistrust. So, definitely, again, getting bad news, making sure we're getting it from the right location, hearing bad things. So, that's just another thing I wanted to confirm. Guidelines for sharing bad news. I know we've got some bad news these couple past days, and some people shared it in good ways, some people shared it in bad ways. So I think it's just today is if we do have to share bad news with some people, we have to be clear of how to share it, sympathize it, making it clear, rational, and always finding the good, focus on solutions. So I know today we're all having issues with, what's going on. Some of us lost jobs, some of us have children now at their houses, and it's a lot to handle. So just look at the bright side. This is just a temporary situation that will go away. That's just like my positive thought of this is not forever. This is a temporary hopefully short amount of time, and everything will go back as it was before. Understanding your audience. This is something very important because some of us have anxiety, some of us have stress, and I'm like one of the people that are, I feel like I get anxiety very easily. It's like making sure who you're talking to and how to deliver this message. So I know a lot of us are stressed, like I said before. Some of us are having anxiety of being online, some of us are not. So it's really important to know that for me, when I'm sending my messages, is my main concern as an instructor is to support you guys through this. My main concern is you guys leaving this classroom, this virtual classroom, getting some sort of information. And again, I'm here to support you, not to harm you in any single way. I'm trying to like go over some main things. I don't want to have this very lengthy for you guys. And this is what I also want to talk about is likelihood relates to the probability of having a bad event. And this is something that we just haven't had just like out of the blue. Let's say this, I could say that. I don't know if it was out of the blue, but we probably didn't realize this may happen. So this is not something that always happens. It's rare. So we always have to put that in our head. The likelihood of this happening again is very rare. So it's just a one-time bad event that happens. So just keep that in your thought just to kind of, supporting you guys through all this. Uh, so, making sure, components of, indirect and, not direct. It's really important to know, like, being direct on, uh, you know, our messages, and the components and the two things is how to be indirect and how to be not direct. And some of us don't like to hear indirect bad news, but I think, it depends on who we are and how we handle the bad news. So I just want you guys to overthink this chapter because it's, I think, a very important chapter that, during this time that we're going through right now. And we all got some bad news, kind of reflect on how should we react towards bad news and how should we not focus on the negativity and how to, be mindfulness and try to always think of positives. This is just like a temporary situation. And this bad news is not going to ruin our whole lives right now. It's just a piece that just happened today. And hopefully it would go away very soon. Thank you so much for listening to me. Again, this is just a trial of how it's going on. I don't want it to be lengthy. So hopefully I'll get another short video up very soon. So take